Welcome back to Next Level Rides. This is going to be part 2 of a broken N55. So stay tuned and we're going to start with this misery. All right, so we're back in the engine bay of the broken N55. So again, if you haven't seen the last video, we're going to give you a quick recap. The shop that again will stay unnamed has started some warranty work on this one and
excuse me,
ended up doing some Valvetronic repair. So initially they went by repairing the Valvetronic motor, and in turn they said the eccentric shaft is janked. So they went to repair the eccentric shaft, and in their infinite wisdom, or brute force we'll call it, they snapped the tip of the injector off in the hole. So they snapped the tip in the hole because their pullout game sucks. So what we're stuck with, because we attempted, Taylor, myself, Ozzy, and a hammer, and a torch.
And an air compressor.
And an air compressor. We tried to pop the tip of the injector out, but it's stuck in there, so we don't know if maybe it's stuck with a bit of JB weld or something. But what we're gonna have to do, because it is welded in there or fused in there or corrosion, whatever, we're gonna have to pull the engine, pull the head, hopefully tap it out from the back. If not, we gotta send it off to a machine shop, but it needs a little bit of love. So we're gonna pull this lump out. We've got some stuff that we're going to add to it to upgrade, probably turbo and so forth, but we'll show you in a future video when we've decided. All right, where the hell are we gonna start? Yum. Those are disgusting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yummy coils.
Ozzy.
That's in the cylinder. No wonder the injectors are...
So tell us and the viewers again why you took all the shields off that keep water from going into where it doesn't need to be. Well, hold on. Here, speak up.
N55.
You wanted to hear the...
This dirty, man.
It's bad. It's bad. Like you're gonna have to take it to a machine shop to get it like ultrasonic cleaned and whatever. I think they can do it with the cams and everything in, right?
Probably.
As you can see, Ozzy, for whatever reason, puts this cocktail of different detergents and stuff. What do you use? You use 5 liters of oil, a liter of oil stabilizer, yeah, STP, and Rizlone, I think.
Yeah, stuff like that. So
this is super slick, and I guess really it's kept the aluminum clean, but this is everywhere. Everything else really isn't all that bad. I mean, the chain looks okay. I mean, that cleaned up pretty okay.
Yeah, the cams are still, you know.
Actually, the chain looks really good. Oh, that's it. R.I.P. Tony's dead. So you can actually see there's actually no wear.
The tension should be a lot stiffer than that. I shouldn't be able to pull it that easy because I can actually pull it in by hand. It's getting looser as I pull it. See, now if I leave it, so the tension is not coming back out.
Yeah, so the tensioner probably lost its prime.
Like you can see the hole.
Oh shit. Yeah, now it's getting loose.
Like I could almost, I bet you if I pulled that enough, I could take that chain off by hand.
Yeah. Please don't.
How involved do we want to get here?
It's coming out anyways.
It's coming out. Shut up, Taylor. What do you mean coming out anyways? Okay, so I think first things first, we're gonna rip the front end off. Yeah. Do you want to just rip it off with the Volvo, or are we doing it nicely?
Yeah, I can use my winch. Just open the garage door.
Okay, perfect. We'll put it on the inside and just a couple. Oh, I got a winch. We're good. Yeah, just sign the waiver.
I'm right here.
Yeah, he'll just hold it.
This is going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
I don't know. I think
all the years of love and
fake M badges.
Dude.
So if we take this off, because I'm sure this is the problem. So if we take the sticker off and we put a valve cover on it,
then boom.
I bet you it'd be fixed.
Well, this too.
Yeah.
That also has to come off.
Yeah. I'll just get a Sharpie, not a M.
There you go.
So because Ozzy's E90 is xDrive, so we have the front axles to deal with, we figured it would be easiest, since we're going to be changing the transmission as well, to rip the whole front end apart, lower the subframe with the entire front strut assemblies, and drop the transmission all in one shot. So like most other vehicles, this one is actually pretty easy to take the front end apart. Fortunately, the rad support houses the radiator and the AC condenser all in one unit, so it comes apart pretty easy. So we're going to continue by taking the entire thing apart, and eventually we're going to end up lowering this lump out and try and get it sorted.
We're professionally removing the air conditioning from the system. We're all getting poisoned today.
Professional.
EPA, nothing is happening here. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing is happening, EPA.
So don't do what we do. Of course, this is just for comedic purposes, and we ended up having it filled with, let's go with helium. Yeah, the AC system is filled with helium. So we're basically just showing you what not to do.
Taylor, what are you doing?
Dropping the exhaust so we can get the heat shield off, remove the drive shaft, and then disconnect the fuel line from while we're down here, and that should be the majority of it from underneath.
So you can see we took the front end off here. We were somehow able to get the quick connects off for the power steering. Still not sure how, but thumbs up with that. So the plan, once Taylor stops making noise, the plan is to remove the 2 bolts for the caliper, hang it to the side, and then we're gonna lower the 3 bolts for the coilover. So the whole side is gonna hang, and then the whole subframe and engine and everything, we're gonna lower onto a dolly and then slide it out. Whether or not that's gonna work, I have no idea, but we're gonna figure it out. Okay, go make noise, Taylor. Okay, day 2. Ozzy's back. And Taylor's, I don't know, I need to supervise. I'm not sure what he's doing. He might be hurting himself. Taylor, what are you doing?
Getting ready to take the calipers off so we can just drop the whole front subframe.
Yep.
So I'll take the calipers off of both sides. I've disconnected the ABS sensor. I'll disconnect the brake line from the strut, and then we will drop the strut.
Yep. So 3 bolts, or no, 3 nuts for the top of the strut, or coilover, I guess in this case. 2 for the caliper itself. 1 4mm Allen, I think, for the sensor, and then we should be able to drop the whole front end subframe and all. Maybe.
So Taylor here is starting by taking the actual calipers off. So there's going to be 2 bolts on the back that are actually holding it to the hub itself. So we're going to lower those and let them hang. Then he moves into the interior to remove the actual shifter. So this being an E series, this is going to be what's called an M shift. So we got to get rid of the linkage and everything that goes down to the transmission.
So Taylor's underneath taking the trans bolts out. We ended up setting up the engine crane doohickey. I don't know if it's going to show or if we have that footage, but Taylor jumped in the engine bay because he's the most aerodynamic, and now we're just trying to get the subframe bolts out, which are being a bit of a pain. So 2 trans bolts out, 6 subframe bolts, and should be ready to lower it.
So Taylor's underneath the vehicle, just loosening the subframe bolts, alternating one from the other, just so we can get an idea as to how this thing's gonna drop, only because it's gonna be quite a few pounds off the front end. Of course, the subframe, engine, transmission, it's a lot of weight, so you gotta be a little bit careful. When we end up moving the coilovers out from underneath the fenders, it gives us a lot more room to be able to lower it onto that contraption that I had constructed, which in the end actually worked out pretty good. So if I had one recommendation, when you pull this much weight out of the front of a vehicle, put a jack in the back of it, at least up and holding the diff, just so you don't have any potential issues. Not that we did. And of course, after it's lowered and we checked the tensile strength of a few connectors, we were able to pull it out, and well, now I have another broken engine laying around the garage.
Yay, nobody died. Success. We got the sick N55 out. As tradition, Ozzy's riding it like a pony. And now we just gotta pull it off the subframe, throw the subframe back in, and put this somewhere.
So after the engine is out and of course things were going a little bit too easy and too well. We ended up going to take the axle nuts out, and of course the driver's side one came out without any real issue other than breaking my flathead. I guess you're not allowed to use them or not supposed to use them as a chisel, but the passenger side decided it wanted to fight us. So not only did it destroy my impact socket, but the nut itself refused to budge and ended up stripping to an extent. What we found to be the easiest part was lifting the engine itself, and just because these axles actually go through the oil pan, they were actually quite long in length, so that was the easiest way to get it removed. And of course, once the subframe's free, we ended up maneuvering it back into place because the vehicle's going to be sitting outside and we needed the subframe to roll it around.
Okay, Taylor, how do you feel?
Tired.
Tired?
I feel defeated on this one though. Feel pretty good.
Oh, he doesn't feel defeated. I mean, it's 9:09 on the third day and it looks like a car, sort of.
Don't get it twisted. There's no motor in it, but it looks like a car.
Yeah, there's the car, there's the motor, and there's the transmission here. Ooh, this is trippy. Turning the camera and pointing. Anyways, so Ozzy's still undecided what he wants to do with the car. So in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on that newly acquired engine stand and strip it down. Either way, the cylinder head has to come off because of the snapped injector tip, just the tip in the thing, in the hole. It's stuck. It held it tight and won't let go. But we gotta do a tear down on that. So we're gonna pull the cylinder head regardless, and who knows, rods, pistons, at some point turbo. Turbo looks like it was munching on something. Not as bad as the 1 Series, but anyway. As always, feel free to like and subscribe, dingle jingle thing, and see you guys on the next one. Say bye, Taylor.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye, have a good time.
Let's go!
I'm volunteering my time to the mentally ill.
I need a cigarette.
We can't say that. I can't say that.
Mentally unstable.
You're volunteering time to the mentally
Screw
ill.
all the snowflakes.
Yeah. And when you lock the timing, then you can pull these bolts out. And when you pull these bolts out, you can pull them. The chain guide. Yeah. Chain will come. Can you stop for a second? 1 second. I'm trying to explain something. Yeah, every video he's sitting there
I
like.
just like following Tony making noises.
I fucking knew it. Give me that.
You might find
Regs, help, please, Regs.
What are you leaking?
Coolant.
What? Why? Why is it leaking coolant?
Because this whole under tray is covered in coolant. Give me a rag, you ass.
You are the rat. Give the life.
Whoever did these fog lights did a nice ass job. Everything's all tucked up away. And...
Like we didn't do a video on it, right?
Oh, no, I forgot you did a video on this one.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot you put those bright fog lights in here. I was just like, damn, whoever did this, like everything's all nice and tucked.